Hi, I'm BEZ. I'm from the UK, formerly now living in Thailand and tattooing in Thailand, and I've been tattooing for over 20 years. I like to do biomech, anything weird and abstract, but also Japanese, like more styles, but usually with a strange twist. So a fellow tattooist introduced me to the Revo needles about a year ago. They have now become my needle of choice. Everything from the small 3s, which are really stable, to the bigger mags, which I use for a lot of big black work. Probably my favourite needle on the market at the minute. So I'm here to introduce the new machine from INKin, which is the Rampage, which the design inspiration's from a tactical flashlight, the shape. It comes in 5 colours, but only 3 really. The green, the purple, the black. And the machines that have a fade are the 4.5 stroke, which is a nice feature and nice look. So the Rampage comes with a 1600 milliamp battery, which is good for about, I'd say, 5 to 7 hours, depending on which style of tattooing you're doing. Obviously, if it's big mags, it's probably going to be on the 5, but fine line and stuff will be about 7 hours. The Rampage is a strong machine. It's direct drive, brushless motor, comes in a 4mm and a 4.5mm stroke. My favourite is 4.5, because I like the machine to hit hard. That's why I think the name suits the machine. And as I said, brushless motor, good battery life, a bit of a beast. So the Rampage is a fixed stroke machine, which is what I prefer, because I don't want things to change. I like things to stay consistent, and that's what you get with a fixed stroke. You've got the options of the 4 and the 4.5. I think I'd go for the 4.5 because I do a lot bigger black work, but I think the 4 is the perfect all-round stroke. Like the bit that I said, I prefer a fixed stroke over adjustable, because adjustable tends to be too soft and it's too much to think about. I'm old. I like to focus. The thing is with tattooing is it's your hand and the brain that does this, just stabs needles. I prefer a slightly longer stroke because I don't run my machines too fast. And the longer the stroke, the harder the hit. Yeah. And I think sometimes if you have too many adjustments, it's you overthink. Like if you have an equalizer on music, you just listen to music without it, but if you have an equalizer, you start tweaking it, never right. So the Rampage, I think, is a good all-round machine. You have the flexibility of choosing 2 strokes, but for colour packing, fine line, even big black work, this is a good, safe choice. It's reliable, battery's good. It's simple to use, not overcomplicated. So for me, the Rampage, as an all-rounder, because the motor's strong and brushless, I know it's reliable, and it's got the punch that I need, but I can also turn it down and I can still do fine line stuff if I need to. So I was first introduced to the Rampage at the Bangkok show in April. I used it for 2 days, and I think I've been using it since, because the machine's reliable, it's hard, also comes in a nice little cube case, which to me makes a difference, because some cases got too big. This is just nice, small. This is one of the conversations I've been having, is the Chinese are making these machines cheap. So everybody has to make them even cheaper. Like for example, we're just looking at machines from the bigger European manufacturers, and they're over 1,000 UK. As an investment, we make the money back on this in 1 day. You know, so this is a good priced machine, but I don't think EZ should go any lower than that. That's a fair price, but some of the other Chinese manufacturers are giving you that and giving you loads of other things. Just do a good machine that works.
All our customers are basically from the United States.
Right. I think the UK, the Western, I think this is the most Western of all your machines. Visually, it doesn't look cheap. It looks well produced. The box is nice. Direct drive. It's got some weight as well, which I like in the machine. And it's simple to use. It's not too complicated. I think the more experienced you are, you'll understand the difference between strokes. I think 4 is the perfect middle ground. 4-5, you can still do everything with it, but that one will be a little bit more forgiving because it's a 4mm stroke, and then the longer stroke you get, the slightly harder it hits. INKin's a new, fresh force in the tattoo industry, run by young, talented people who have a passion and listen to the artists and are striving to push the next generation of technology into the tattoo industry. Subscribe.